Hello and welcome back for another saxophone tutorial from Nottingham Music Excellence. So I'm going to play some grade 2 sax music today from the ABRSM book. I'm going to start with that tricky piece Allegretto A1, and also in this video I'm going to play it at a reduced tempo with a metronome just to give you a practice track to play along with, and then I'm going to replay the piano part so you can play along with the piano part yourself. So if you're looking to improve your saxophone playing, then start right now, hit that subscribe button for Nottingham Music Excellence and click on the bell notification, and you will get notifications then on other videos that I upload for this grade. Hope you enjoy the video. Here we go. Okay, so you've heard the music now. Let's say a few words. I'll give you a short tutorial on some of the detail in there and tell you what you need to bring out in this piece to make it sound really awesome. So I think three main difficulties with this piece. The first one being the awkward intervals and the tone quality in the upper octave in the top of the instrument, and also the difficult dynamic changes on that last line as well, I think is really quite tricky. Okay, so the first line I think starts reasonably easily. So far so good. I don't think that's too difficult to play. But then into the second line and we've got some of those tricky intervals popping up already. And then the arpeggio in the next bar. And then into the third line, a bit more sound here, really kind of push some sound through the instrument here. Quite tricky up there for grade 2, I think, you know, controlling those notes with a good sound. So just be careful with these kind of notes, how you shape the hand around the instrument so that you kind of hit the right palm keys and don't get in a pickle there. And the last line, now I think this is where the piece is really quite tricky. There's some awkward dynamic changes here. So it says to play MP for a bar, and then piano, and then forte for the last two bars. Now that's quite tricky. What makes that especially tricky is on the second bar where you go to the G sharp. Now there's a bit of a mechanical thing going on here with the G sharp. G sharp is actually the last note on the upper octave that uses the inside octave key before you then, when you switch to A, it jumps up to the upper octave key. And the G sharp is notoriously it's one of those notes that can just crack on you or just not sound as nice as you want it to. So to do a dynamic change on that note is not only musically a little bit awkward, but mechanically awkward for the instrument as well. So just be aware of that. So just judge how much you want to exaggerate that. I think that's quite tricky to do. I think a lot of young players are going to find that quite hard to do. Maybe you want to compromise a little bit there. Maybe play the first two bars with the similar sort of dynamic and then make a noticeable forte for those last two bars. So I think as long as you finish that piece with the last two bars with a nice big confident sound and get a good dynamic change there, I still think you'll earn pretty good marks for that piece. So the A pieces are traditionally perhaps in some ways a little bit trickier than the other pieces. They are the more classical pieces, generally speaking. So if you've decided to play that for your A piece, then I hope that's given you some good tips and tricks along the way. Okay, so grab your sax. I want you to play all of that with me with a metronome click. And I've put my metronome onto 52 beats per minute. So see if you can play this with me. Here we go. One, two. Okay, so I hope that went okay. And now have a go with the piano part yourself and see if you can synchronize that really accurately. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay guys, I think that's it for this video. I hope you found that useful. If you did, of course, then click that like button, maybe leave a comment below and let me know how you're getting on with grade 2. But for this video, that's it, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.